Hello guys, welcome back to the second episode of the Rich Dad and the Poor Dad. I'm so excited to continue the story because today it's going to be this short story that was or that Robert Kiyosaki reminded us in the huge introduction. In the end of this huge introduction, we have a short story of Robert Kiyosaki with his two rich and poor dad. So if you haven't already subscribed on my channel, I just advise you to do, because you are going to get some information that will maybe change your life, guys. Bring a coffee or a tea or some snacks, because it's going to be interesting. Okay, so let's go. The story starts with Robert Kiyosaki in 1956 when he was just 9 years old. 9 years old, guys. And he went to his dad. His dad is the poor dad, but he's like his biological dad, his real dad, okay? And he was like reading this journal, and he comes to him and tell him like, "Daddy, I want to learn how to be rich." So his dad was, "What? Like, you want to learn how to be rich? Like, why?" And he told him that, "I saw my friend Jimmy when we finished the school. His mother comes and she picked him up with this like very luxury car, and they were going to their new house into the beach for the weekend. So they are so rich. So for this reason, I want to learn how to be rich." And his dad was like, "I'm going to show you." His dad was like, okay, Robert, so if you wanna learn how to be rich, so you have to learn how to make money. So I just let you imagine, guys, this child of 9 years old, he wasn't like really understand it, what is that means, making money. And he thought that it's for, making money, that means you have to work and get an income and something like that. But he didn't understand it on this way. He thought that he have to make coin, he have to construct a coin or something like that. So he was like so happy, "I finally understand it." And he went straightly to his friend who is called Mike, and he was like, "Mike, do you want to be my partner? I just want to learn how to be rich, and my father told me like we have to make money, so I thought if you can be like my partner." And he was like, you want to make money? Like, this is so weird. And then Robert told him like, "Mike, do you want to be like Jimmy, very rich and something like that?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, hell yes, I want to absolutely be rich." So he accepted, and they were like partners, and they went to their neighbors, and they started to collect some toothpaste. I don't know if this is the real word, but toothpaste. I will make the photo right here. And they started to collect this and some bottles, plastic, and all like the liquid things, just to make a coin. They went to the garage of his father, and they started to make it, to start to construct it. And his father was just like, "Wow, my son of 9 years old is trying to make something big." And then he was just really proud of him that he brought all of his friends and he was showing them like, look at that, my son have a partner and they are going to do this and that and all this stuff. So after days and days and days of hard work just for making like a coin, so his poor father went to him and asked him, like, he went to the garage and asked Robert, like, Robert, what are you doing? So he told him, Father, I'm going to be rich, okay? So just let me like continue what I am doing. I have done these coins, okay? So I did it by myself. I finally did it. Or telling him like, Robert, you are faking money. This is called like a fake coin, you know? This is not how to be rich. And like Robert was, what do you mean? Like all of his dreams suddenly fall down, and he was like, what? Like you're telling me this just right now, Daddy? It's not like that. When I told you to make money, you have to learn how to make money. I wasn't meaning like to make real coins or fake coins or something like that. Then his dad told him and his friend Mike, he told him like, well, Robert, if you wanna really learn how to be rich, I advise you to go to Mike's dad. And he was like, what? Mike's dad? Why, Daddy? So he told him like, he told him that Mike's father is one of the smartest man, and he know that he will be rich one day. Instead of Jimmy's father, he's just working with a huge company. So this is the company what give him everything. It gives him like the luxury car, the luxury houses, and something like that. But in like lately or in the near future, you will see that Jimmy's father would be not very rich. Instead of Mike's father, he would be rich because he's very brilliant and a smart man. So he was like, okay, Mike, do you want to tell your daddy that like we are going tomorrow to see him just to learn how to be rich? So they have made it, and they had an appointment, and they went to his desk. So to know that at that time Mike's father had 2 stores and another project that he was working for. So they were like standing behind a lot of people because like he had like 2 stores and projects, so he had a lot of things to deal with. Then they waited their turn and they like entered to his desk, and Mike's father was like that because he was like an amazing man. So he was like that. Okay, Robert, or I have heard that you want to learn how to be rich. Is that right? And Robert was like, yes, I want to learn how to be rich. So can you give me some lessons? So the rich father would tell him, well, I'm not going to give you some lessons and blah 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 like in the school. No, I will give you some life lessons. I would to give you that because it is more interesting. So if you accept, you will work in one of my stores for a low income, and yeah, like Martha or Jeanette, I really don't remember her name, will just follow her, and she will like explain to you everything, how it's going and how you will work. So he was like, Robert was like, I don't really know. So the father was, you have to take a very quick decision, because if you want to learn how to be rich, you have to make some quick decisions, okay? So it's like, okay, okay, I will work. So he was like, you will work on Saturday, is that okay? It was like, Saturday? Oh no. You accept or not? I don't accept another option. So he was like, okay, I will work. So he was working for like 4 weeks, and he was like just doing or cleaning the store. He was cleaning the store with his friend Mike, and yeah, this was it. He was sometimes devastated because this low income that he had, he would already like buy his favorite journals, and he was like waiting for the next Saturday to have this low income, and then buy another journal and read it. So he was like upset because he wasn't really enjoying his income. And one day his poor father like told him, Robert, did you learn something from Mike's father? And he was like, no, not really, because actually we are just cleaning his store, but he never show up. Actually, he just told us to work at his store 3 hours in the week with a very low income, but he never shows up. So his father was like so angry, and he told him, you will go right now at his desk, telling him to give you more or stop working, because this is not fair, okay? So actually Robert was angry, and he was telling himself like, okay, my father is right. I'm working for this low income for nothing actually. So I will go and told him that like, I'm finished with this. So he went to the store to just see his friend Mike, and he told him like, Mike, I'm finished with this, okay? Just tell your father that I am going to see him, because I'm just really angry for this low income. I don't deserve it. Actually, it's not fair, okay? So his friend told him like, okay, you know that actually my father told me that one day you are going to be angry, and he told me if this day comes, so just bring him to me. And I was like, wow, you knew this and you just didn't tell me about it. Okay, thank you, Mike. So they went another time to his desk, and they were waiting another time behind all of these persons, and then their turn comes actually. So you find like Mike's father was talking into the phone, blah 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 blah, half of the time. So he was like exploding of like, he was like, I am not okay. Right now I'm not okay. It's not the time for talking into the phone. But just imagine, you guys, he was just 9 years old. I'm just shocked, really. And he was like, or Mike's father told him like, okay, Robert, I knew that you are not satisfied. Why is that? So he told him like, yes, I'm not satisfied. Like, you are giving me a low income for 3 hours working in the day, instead of like going to play football, and like, this is not fair. I'm not learning anything. You didn't given me any lesson actually. So the rich father was like, are you sure? are you sure that you didn't learn anything? I was like, yes, I'm sure. Like, what is that? I'm just cleaning the store. There's any lesson. There's nothing that I'm learning. So he was telling him, the rich father told him one of the most incredible expressions that I have ever heard before. He told him, well, I told you that life is going to make you learn. Actually, guys, this is really true. This is really, really, really true. So the rich father was looking at him and told him like, okay, you just worked for less than 1 month and you are complaining like the other employers. So Robert was a child actually, so he just started complaining again about this low income because he wasn't understanding anything. Life is going to make you learn without talking to you. Is that right, Robert? That's really right, actually. If you understand it, if you understood all of these lessons of the life, you will be successful, a successful person. But if you didn't understand it, you will let just the life will just guide you, and you know, and your life is done actually. The rich father told Robert to like try to change your mind. It's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault and it's not your fault, but just try to change your mind. Don't be like the majority of all the other people, okay? I want you to really think about it. I want you to not to not please everyone or to make everyone happy about you or something like that. I want you to just think about it. It is so easy for you to change yourself than changing another person. He said that also the other employers sometimes are not really satisfied. But what? Like they're not satisfied, so they will go out from this work and then searching for another work with a little bit higher income, and then it's like a circle actually. So and then they will work into this company with a higher income, but in a certain short time they will not be satisfied and it will be the same thing. They will get fired, or or we have the second category of employers who are like just not satisfied from their incomes, but they just don't say anything and continue to work. He told him, Robert, the lesson that I want you to learn here is from all of this 4 weeks is that the work and the income is not the way how to get rich, actually. Oh my goodness! He actually asked him a question. What was your feeling when you were waiting, like behind all of these persons? Twice you were waiting. So Robert told him like, I was upset. I was like, oh my goodness, why am I waiting all of this time to, it was a bad feeling. If you choose to be an employer, so this is what you will feel all of your life. This is what you will feel. Told him, you have 9 years old and you discovered this secret actually. So there's no many people that discover this secret actually, and they still working until their 60s. So just be grateful for that. Okay guys, all of this lesson is that rich people don't work for money. It's money that work for them. Yes, they are sitting in their desk and money comes somehow to their desk. So the rich father told him, this is the first lesson that you have ever learned. So now I am going to ask you to work on my store without any income. So are you with me or not? And Robert started to think, and he said, yes, I accept. And he just was going out, and he was like, oh my God, I have learned one of the greatest lessons of my life. So this is the end of the story, guys. I hope that you really like it. Don't forget to like the video and to subscribe and to join me on Instagram. So I'm going to tell you goodbye and see you the next time in the first lesson, which is the poor people work for money and rich, it's money that work for rich people. Yes.